Eats the Rich. That's what you're watching right now, is Eats the Rich. I'm eating a plate today that I got a message from someone, and they said, can you eat stuff that's more crunchy? I'm like, yeah, of course I can eat stuff that's more crunchy. So I got like, I got a little pork crackling here, got some broccoli, got some carrots, got some pickles, more kimchi, bread and pickles, and more pickles, and then chilies, and then tomatoes. Then I got some dips here, local dips from in Australia. This is a French onion dip made by Zoosh. I don't know what this is going to be like, because French onion dip is typically not a thing in Australia. In fact, the first like 10 years Jen and I lived here, we never even saw French onion dip. And when we did finally start seeing it, it was like, it just tasted horrible. So I don't know what that's going to be like. And this is a beetroot, roasted beetroot dip by Yummies. Now that's popular here. That's a nice, and beetroots are always popular in Australia. Like they put beetroot on their burgers, which is probably the thing that you know most about. That's probably the thing you've heard about before. And also I got a spinach dip, which I just like spinach dips by Yummies again. So shout out to you, Yummies. Let's see what this is like. See if I like this. With some dips. Here we go. I also got M&Ms, and I've got water, and I've got whiskey. There we go. And I'm chatting to a friend of mine over here. Oh, and I forgot. For dessert, I've got a cherry ripe candy bar, which is something you probably don't know about. It's split, you know, like basically it goes, you either love the cherry ripes or you hate them. And I'm one of those people that loves the cherry ripes. Got the chili. For that's for later. Got an apple in here. All right, well, let's just, let's start the palate. That kimchi is not that great. Kind of I don't know. I'm not that impressed with that kimchi. Don't think I'll be buying it again. All right, should we start out with? Which one should I start out with? The broccoli, a little bit of broccoli stem, beetroot. I love the beetroot dips here. The beetroot dips are great. Carrot into French onion. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Go with the broccoli again into the spinach. Actually, let's put the carrot into the spinach. You know, all of these dips are good. But the beetroot dip is my favorite. Cheers. Here's to you, person who sent me a message asking for more crunchy food. And of course, we got the crackling super crunch. I love the pork crackling. That's good. Oh, I forgot. Also got some sweet. The pickles, the sweet pickles. Whatever they're called. I don't remember now. That's not bad. I'm surprised. I've never liked the French onion dip here. Could be because maybe it's good now because my palate has changed. I don't think I've purchased a French onion dip in a number of years, actually. I've made it. I love making French onion dip. I used to make it using the store-bought dried onions, but I don't like those. They give me a lot of gas, make me kind of gassy. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Do a lot of belching. Oh, I forgot. I also have sauerkraut underneath here, just regular sauerkraut. That's not very crunchy. So far, the carrots. Oh, we got an apple. With some kimchi juices on it. That's not bad. Not a big deal. This is a good plate. A really nice plate. Thank you for the suggestion. I'd say your name, but probably not a good idea. I don't know why. Why is that not a good idea? Can you hear my jaw? I got a cracking jaw. Not always, just sometimes. Speaking of Kraken, let's release the Kraken. There we go. Let's get some of this pork into the beetroot. What do you think of that idea? See, they put like a pepper in this beetroot. Like a black pepper or something. Oh, and by the way, I know there was someone who was concerned about double dipping with me licking my chopsticks and then putting it into the kimchi the other day. This is all mine. This is all mine. These are this jar of kimchi. That's mine. No one else is eating it. It's all mine. Unfortunately, it's not that good. I don't like that kimchi. I think what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to take the whole jar and dump it into some beef and make a Korean beef style stew. I think that's what I'm going to do with that that kimchi, because that's really not that good. But the sauerkraut underneath here, this is Marco. I don't know if you ever heard of the brand Marco. But that's the sauerkraut here. And this is great sauerkraut. Really delicious sauerkraut. Really, really delicious. It's not very crunchy, but just tastes great. We ran out of napkins in the house. We have no napkins. See here, what's my friend saying? Apparently he's homesick. I'd like, are you the type of guy that stays home when he's actually sick? Telling him to take his sick days when he's feeling better. Telling him to take his sick days when he's healthy. I mean, it logically follows in some ways. Like, why would you want to take your sick days when you're feeling sick, right? Just go to work. Rough it out. Get through it. Here's to you. Here's to you feeling sick. Here's to you being honest. Here's to honesty. That's a good whiskey. That's Dimple. That's a whiskey that my older brother introduced me to. He doesn't know that he did, though. I mean, maybe he knows. I don't know. He had it in his cabinet when I was in like high school. And I stole some. This is a good dinner. This is a good way to have dinner. Some fresh veggies. A little bit of pork crackling, some sourdough bread with butter on it. Nice butter. I think I'm going to have a gentleman's English breakfast one of these days on camera. Talk about that. That's a really great way of having eggs and toast. Have you heard of that before? I think there's a comedian that talks about it. Papa. Tom Papa or something like that. But the first time I had it was in St. Paul. I was working as a short order cook at this restaurant in St. Paul called the Day by Day Cafe, and the head chef there, his name is Mark. He made it. He was trying to get it on the menu. The owner wouldn't put it on the menu. The owner didn't want to have anchovies in the kitchen. Whatever. It's kind of silly. Don't want anchovies in the kitchen. That doesn't make any sense. This is pretty much turning into a commercial for Cherry Ripe, isn't it? This is like it's coconut flavored, cherry flavored coconut filling with chocolate on the outside. The best one is the one that has the dark chocolate when you get this 70% dark chocolate. And it is delicious. Mmm. Yeah. This has been a really good meal, better meal than the noodles. I done that. Should we do some pork with the spinach? He's not responding. He's not responding to me. Well, he could be sick. He could be too sick to respond. Let's get some more crackling in there. That is echoing. That's going to drive my wife nuts if she listens to it. The ironic thing is, my wife, she hates watching people eat. I didn't know that for years. That she had a problem with that she struck, like it makes her angry. Apparently there are people out there that when they watch and listen and see people eat, it makes them like they have an irrational response to it, emotional response to it, of anger. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But my wife has it. That's happened to her, and she suppressed it for years. Missed. Excuse me. And I didn't know. And we would go out to dinner and I would just be happily just like, rah, rah, rah. Like, I don't care. Obviously. I mean, I don't care what people think. I don't care in general what people think of me. I think like, I don't remember how old I was. It was like 25 or 6 or something. When I came to this conclusion, like, it just doesn't matter what anyone thinks of you. And I thought it was going to help me become more successful as an artist and as a person. But it didn't really. It actually just made me kind of, like some people found me intolerable. I just didn't give a fuck. And so, not giving a fuck, not caring what people think, made me come across, pompous or pretentious or, I don't know, whatever people would think. I don't know, what would people think of, what do you think of a person? What does it mean to not care, to not give, not just really, really, like, sincerely, genuinely, I don't care what people think of me. I do care what people think of what I create, though, which is why I'm here. So, and I don't care what people think of me personally, but I do care. So, are you what you create? That's an interesting question for all of us to contemplate. Are you what you create? Or are you separate from the things that you create? I mean, if you're an artist and you create something, are you that? Are you that thing that you create? Partially, like, I mean, not literally, but metaphorically, in a sense, or are you that thing? Does that thing become part of you? I was actually thinking today about the idea of metaphor, analogy, and how, in some ways, the fact that we can think in terms of metaphor and or analogy in that way, that sort of abstract way, the fact that we can actually think that way is in some ways a proof of I'm not religious at all. I'm anti-theist. I'm anti-theist, so that means I guess I could still believe in a God, but I'm anti-religion. I despise religion. But is it possible that, like, because we can think in these abstract ways about a metaphor and an analogy, that in some ways that's proof of the existence of a creator? Philosophically speaking, you could say that it is. But why? Why is that proof of that? I have a friend, Nicholas, who might be able to explain why that might be proof of that. I got a few friends that might be able to explain it, if that's why it could be proof. I don't know if it is or isn't, but it could be proof of that. All right, well, I've had enough of the dip. I've dipped myself out, that's for sure. Whew. It was a mess. Yeah, so we got a little bit more crackling left, so let's do that quick. I don't want all that fat on there. Don't mind a little bit, but that's a big old chunk of fat. Because that creates a really good crackling noise, doesn't it? We'll take a sip of this. Oh, no way. I got a message from my friend in LA. Or Idaho. I don't know where he is right now. Let's see what he says. Where is he? Oh, it's just a meme. I thought you might be in LA. Let's open up the cherry ripe. Boo, 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 boo. These are delicious. It's pink. I love these. Oh, I forgot to eat an M&M too. Might as well do that right now. All right. I think I'm done. Thank you for joining me. And as usual, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And be kind. Peace out.